Okay.
Okay.
You said
Said what?
we'll just turn it on and
So
see what
start
happens.
talking. It was your
What?
idea. I don't
What
know.
was my idea?
This whole thing.
What whole thing?
Oh,
To do this show?
Well, yeah, that and the podcast.
Yeah, that started a couple years ago.
It did.
Well, more than a couple of years ago. It took us about a year to actually get on to the audio platform
Yes.
out there, which we still are.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yep.
Links are provided in the description below. Yeah. But this video show,
Yeah, that's different.
this is new for us.
Yep, we're
This is
usually
new.
on audio.
We're a few weeks into this. We got a few out there, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to stop. And before we get into week by week topics, just to tell everybody who we are.
Okay.
I'm a Star Wars fan.
Hence the shirt.
That's not what I meant.
And
though.
if you look in the back, there is a Jedi Master thing right back there. You might have to point it out so people can see. Why don't you point it out, babe? It's back there. Yep.
Right there.
Can't see it too well, but it's there. Yep.
Yeah.
Star Wars all the time.
But really.
Yeah.
But
that's our family time is when we go and watch Star Wars.
Yeah.
together.
We're watching a specific show right now.
Yes. No spoilers. Don't worry.
Well, it's pretty much over. Or
Well,
almost over.
But not everyone's watched it yet, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, why did we get this started? Why did we start
This show?
When Rocks Talk?
Well, it all started back. No, I want you to tell. I want you
Me?
to start it off.
Oh, well, I probably will tell a different side of the story, though.
That's fine.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah, that's fine. This is unscripted.
I know.
This is totally unscripted.
So you guys are getting the play-by-play live, kind of.
Well, for one, that's what we do. That's who we are. Mm-hmm. We are unscripted.
Yeah, what this whole thing is, the podcast that we started was actually, you had an idea and I kind of had an idea, but I just never put it into words, and then we started talking. Remember, it was in a car ride home, I believe, right? And we just started talking about podcasting, and if we had a podcast, what would the name of it be? Remember that? That was years ago.
That was one of the hardest things. So, doing a show like this is not easy.
No,
Other people out there that have shows
they understand.
on YouTube or wherever you're at, you all know it's not easy.
Yeah,
And it's hard work.
it is. And then you have to think about everything like lighting and
And that's what I was going to say, that we had to get the, we didn't know nothing about this, nothing about how to do this, you know?
like everything else, like the audio. When we started the audio, we literally labeled ourselves newbies because we really were. I mean, and we still
still are.
Yeah, we still kind of are. We need to learn.
So we had to figure out how the mics work, how the audio works, how the audio editing works, how lighting, well, for 2 years, it wasn't about the lighting because we were just audio only. So editing and where to post it,
Yeah.
how to get it out there. You know, didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So 2 years of practice, and now we decided to go video. And then that's a whole nother ball game. Now you got video, lighting, different kind of editing.
Yeah, everything's kind of totally different.
Thanks to a child of ours,
Yes.
for the last 3 years has been our
son.
started when he was 9.
Yeah.
Has been our editor, audio, video editing, web designing, special effects.
Kind of guy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
him.
So I just talk.
Yeah, there we go. We just do. And then we call for help when we need it from our son. Like literally.
Like we did just a little bit ago.
Yeah, literally, what, an hour ago?
Before we hit record.
Yeah.
Where's the record button?
No. Well, we knew where that was, but and I actually, which is funny because I did an episode recently, and I did the editing on it. I actually went through and did all of it, and I'm kind of a perfectionist too, so that was fun. I was like, literally,
How'd that go?
It didn't go bad. I actually enjoyed it. I was like, okay, because I could make it sound like
How long was the episode you did?
Oh, it was like what, 15 minutes, maybe. It was
Yeah.
short. It wasn't too long, but it was enough to be like, wow, I'm so glad I don't have to do this all the time. But yeah, it was fun though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So we get a little bit of help.
We
Actually,
get some
It's
helps.
a lot of help.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
thank you,
so
son, who will be watching this. He better be watching this. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, yeah, it's been crazy, but kind of, it's been like, why we really started this was because we knew that tensions were high at the time, and they still are, I'm sure. But there have been, we had been dealing with 2020, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but y'all know 2020, how crazy it was. And for us, it was a matter of just reaching out to people and trying to be encouraging and, show them, I guess, a little bit of an escape out of all the crazy that was happening.
yeah.
That was kind of our initial...
Even before 2020, it was late 2019 or early 2020 that I think it was 2019. The idea of doing a podcast, of us doing this, had started.
Yeah.
I was thinking, wanted to get out there and speak to people out there.
Yeah.
And I started getting the idea of doing one. But again, it wasn't until 2020 that really pushed us, catapulted
Yeah, it kind of did. It did. It kind of prodded us, I guess, in a, painful way. No, I'm just kidding. But it was definitely a necessary thing, I think, for us as well as for others, just to get that focus, on things that are, that are a little, what do? They pull us out of the crazy, That's what podcasts, that's like, for me as a reader, that's kind of why I love books so much, is because it pulls you out of the crazy. Like, it takes your mind off things that are going on around.
That's why I watch movies.
Yeah, you're a movie guy. I'm a book nerd. It's just the way it is, and that's kind of what we want this podcast to be, is something to be encouraging and to reach out to other people and give them some insight and some hope.
Give them hope.
Yeah.
Laughter. Hopefully I can make somebody laugh.
Yeah.
I make you laugh.
Yes, he does. If you've listened to our old audio podcast, I'm always laughing.
The beginning of each episode.
Don't you guys have like a file saved with all my different laughs?
Probably. Yeah.
Which is good. That means it's a good thing. So.
And but also to bring some wisdom, but an encouragement, but wisdom, not specifically from us.
Yeah.
Because we're
inexperienced, we'll just say that.
But we've learned over the years, and we're still learning.
Yes.
So we don't know everything.
We
have
know
a long way to go. So what we're trying to do is bring you all out there, maybe along with us.
Yeah, and I think it's more to get them thinking and just kind of contemplating and realizing that you guys aren't alone, that we're all struggling in this life, and that we can all kind of just lean on each other and learn from each other. But also, again, learn from someone who is the smartest of us all. We'll just say that. And that's where our podcast also, the root is.
Yeah.
It's based on the one that is the wisest.
And who was that?
Who's God, right?
Yes.
He is I am,
yeah.
as it says, yes.
So that's where we get our wisdom from, or our knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Knowledge
it
depends
and wisdom. On what you
Well, that's where we get our knowledge from. We try to apply it to our daily lives, and in hopes that it will become wisdom.
Yeah, because the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. So if we fear him and not in like a, oh my goodness, he's going to hurt us way.
Well, we'll talk about that in some other show, what
it'll be
fear is. It's not the fear that maybe you're thinking.
Yes. Well, we can't assume, but yes.
So, well, yeah, some people.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is why we do this. The world is going through a lot, and it has been for a long time, but more...
It seems more prevalent or close to home.
The last few years.
Yeah, it's really kind of... 2020 says it all. Our security is... Where is our security at? It's very hard when things are going on in the world that we cannot control, and that's kind of the point. I think what 2020 did for us, not only did it help trigger this podcast, or at least cultivate it, but it also got us to thinking even more about how little control we really have, and how, like you and I doing this unscripted, it's, it's very all over the place, I guess you would say, but but that's how life is. Life is all over the place, and we have no real total control over it. That's not our job. We can't handle it.
That's another thing I wanted to bring. Like I said, this show, doing this took a long time, because we we went through so many ideas. Okay, what do we want to bring? What are we going to be? And, eventually it came down to, okay, because there's a lot of shows out there that try to bring you the facts or bring anger against one side, like politically, against one side of the aisle or the other. And they want to bring their points of view, and they're pretty aggressive. We don't go political, again. But
we have our own beliefs and we have our own views, but what we're trying to say is that we're trying to reach out to people across the aisle, I guess you would say, on both sides of the picture, and it's not really even about that.
Well, not just politically, but
not politically, just people all people in general, and just show them, where we get our inspiration from, and how we can tackle the day-to-day life. I mean, because we talk a lot about family, because that's who we are. We
cover a lot of topics.
Part of who we are.
Wide range of topics.
Yeah, and and that.
So you can also say it's random. Our show is random, but at the same time, it's not. It's consistent. So there's a lot of, I don't know, creators out there that also have their own shows that are not real. They're not authentic, and they're trying to get the clicks and the views and.
Not to say we argue with that, because we'd love to get more views.
Yeah, we wouldn't mind, but that's not why we do it.
Yes, please pass this on. Share and subscribe.
But that's not why we do it.
No. The reason why I am saying that right now has nothing to do with us gaining anything from it. It's that we want to reach out to other people and bring that.
It's for everybody out there. It's
to get it out there more.
To uplift spirits and, do our part, do what we can. So, yeah, you're going to get some laughter. You're going to get some seriousness. You're not going to get tears.
Hopefully not.
Oh, edit.
There might be one day.
Edit it out. Yeah, but
if I was like chopping an onion.
But I can't say for sure.
Let's chop an onion on that. I'm just kidding. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, so we did struggle for a long time before we got this out there, trying to figure out, well, what are we going to be, right?
Yeah.
And it boiled down to that. Let's just be ourselves, because what you're all getting is us every day. This is us every day. This is our conversations. We'll turn off the mic and the camera here, go sit down and
it's our couch conversations, I call it,
and we'll continue this
couch convo
with each other. But you're just getting a piece of it, getting a glimpse into our life.
I will say I did straighten my hair before I got on this, and that's not always normal. So just letting you guys know that I had to straighten my hair for this. Other than that, we're not fake. But this is my real hair, so just
your real hair just straightened.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm only doing that because y'all don't want to see my hair when it's not straightened. Believe me, no one wants to see that.
You're not
I'm
alone.
just being authentic, y'all.
You're not alone. Well, never mind.
Well, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
we'll have another couch conversation later about this.
Shoot, where do we go from here? Do we wrap it up?
I don't know. I wasn't even done yet. I was still having fun conversating.
Okay, we're halfway through now.
Okay.
Carry on.
Let's talk about what we wanted to happen. We touched on it briefly about couch conversation, but what we really want is when you guys watch this or you listen to us on Spotify, whatever it is that you're doing, how you're accessing us in this way, we want you to feel like you're a part of the family, that you're just coming in and you're visiting, and so you're just hearing our conversation going back and forth. It's just chill. It's not so orderly all the time like you were saying, but it's got I wouldn't say bullet points, but it's got a theme running throughout. I mean, that's kind of the point.
And that's what I meant by the consistency. That our shows will be consistent, not as in each topic will be the same topic. Like I said, it's going to be a range of. We just try to decide what are we going to talk about today.
Yeah, and
right? Let's cover that area.
Yeah, and you're getting it from both of us, which you tend to be a little bit more roundabout, and I'm a little bit more straightforward.
They're going to find out quickly who I am. I'm a little more. Roundabout.
You take the scenic route, and that's fine. Yeah. And I tend to but the funny thing is, I think it's the opposite when it comes to actually driving. You tend to want to go straight there, and I like the scenic route. So that's kind of funny. It's kind of ironic.
I can be a little bold sometimes when we're on here.
And I have to rein him in a little bit once in a while.
Yeah.
But then he has to rein me in because I can be a little brat sometimes.
There's things I just need to say. And
I'm totally being candid right now, so... I'm just sharing truths, you
Yeah.
guys. You know, I think it's better to show our weaknesses straight on
Yeah.
and let people know that we aren't
We do have
aren't
weaknesses.
perfect people and we struggle. I mean, you have no idea. And
But
you
we
may
want
find out
to
later.
we want to share what we've learned,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, we're imperfect people stumbling through this thing we call life, but we're learning.
We're not that imperfect. I don't know how many times we said it right now. I have to go back and check it out. We said we're imperfect a lot. So I want people to know when we say that, we're not like a terrible mess.
Okay.
Because you're like, well, I don't
I
want to
don't
go
think
to.
we're a terrible mess.
You're like, they're like, well, I don't want to go to you for any kind of advice.
No, we're not a terrible mess. We're a beautiful mess, dear. Bless this mess. That's what this mess is. And that's okay because we're learning. And I think it would be bad if we weren't learning from those things. But we're learning and we're trying to share our
That
experiences
is
with
the
you
important thing.
to grow, right?
Yes, to learn. What I've said this a lot, that when you, like me personally in my life, where I'm at, right? So where I'm at today, I look back a month or a year back and I'm like, wow, I've come a long way, right? I thought maybe back then I was in a good place, but I think now I'm in a better place, you know, mindset wise and spiritually and just as a person, as a dad, as a husband. And I like where I'm at. But I'm not content in that. Because when I say that, a year down the road, I do it again. I look back a year and I'm like, I thought I was good. Now I think I'm doing better. And that's what I want to keep doing. Keep learning from my mistakes, keep improving. If I ever come to a standstill, then there's something wrong. Because I'm never going to know everything. I need to always learn from my mistakes. Right?
Yeah. Sometimes we can continue to move forward. Sometimes we fall like a step back, but we never want to be to the point where we stall.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. You want to always be moving. Hopefully not falling back too far, but at the same time, again, just
like
continue.
daylight savings.
Yeah. But we want to continue moving forward. I mean, that's the thing. And that's what we're trying to also help with, like in our talk and our conversations is to give you guys insight on our own issues and our mistakes and also our victories in life in general. You know, how, you know, certain things that I deal with, like I'll probably say it again, but I have health issues. Every day can be a struggle, but it's about how you deal with that day and how you keep trying and keep going forward as best as you can.
Oh, we got some stories.
And being thankful about what, you know, just the days that I have that are good days. Just having that perspective, you know, and it's really important to have a kind of a uplifting, you know, kind of perspective on life. And it's hard when you're always looking back, you know, so keep moving and keep looking forward.
Yep. If you keep your eyes in the rearview mirror constantly, you're eventually going to.
But we don't only look forward, we look up. And that's to God. So that is a part of what gets us through the days. And hopefully this story will continue and it'll be, you know, good days ahead.
So we'll bring an episode to you every week. And like I said, you're going to get a lot of stories. Some mostly funny, I think.
Well, I don't know about mostly, but some will be funny. Some are just,
but
you know,
at the same
analogies.
time, but at the same time, because that's who I am. I'm an analogy person. And I'll take any story that I can bring, and usually they're true stories, and I'll turn it into an example. Like the moral of the story is, you know, I'll take it somewhere. That's who I am. That's how I speak. That's how I go in circles. Right?
Sometimes I have to rein you in, but it's, you know, it's still fun. It's fun you make it fun. You make it fun going around in circles, so that's okay.
I try to.
Yeah. And you're learning because now you're like, you know, you're just more focused than even when we started. I can see that he has more focus now. Of course, you still don't do notes very often, but that's okay.
I rarely do notes.
That's okay. I'm more of the note person, but that's just my thing. I never took notes in school, though. Did you know that?
I still don't.
I hardly ever took notes in school. I mean, I took them, but I wasn't like copious note writer, like writing tons of notes. I was kind of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal in high school and middle school. In college, though, I was all in.
Well, you got to get serious there, or you're gonna. No, I can't say that because I don't take notes still.
You still don't take notes.
I don't. I just register it, and I'll pull from that when I need it. Because if I take notes, I don't know where they end up. I never look at them again.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So
mine's more of a guide just to make sure that I'm. But yeah. Anyway, so this is us, notes or non-notes. That's how we are.
Yeah.
That's why we came up with this whole podcast, and we're hoping that you guys gain from this.
Yeah. So stick around and come check us out every week.
Yeah, come visit us on our couch, but not literally.
And if you like what you hear, no, I'll save that for the end. Right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're out of here?
Yeah, I guess
all right.
so.
So we'll be back and we'll talk to you all next week. What?
Wait. We will save our words
of wisdom. See how this is unscripted?
We will save our words of wisdom for next time. But it's coming back. I like to stay consistent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could throw a verse out there, but I don't know where it's found at because I'm
Well,
blanking
how about we'll see if it ends up in here.
Okay.
So I think with that, we'll go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah.
And hopefully y'all come back every week and check us out.
Make sure you subscribe.
Give us a chance. Give it a chance.
We might grow on you. Hopefully.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Bacteria. I'm not sure.
There is such a thing as good bacteria.
There is. It's called probiotics.
Yes. Hopefully we can be your probiotic.
Yes.
Right?
We're like yogurt.
And anyway, speaking of consistency, take us out with some words of wisdom.
Yay, you remembered.
I did.
Words of wisdom. Awesome. So this is Romans 8:28. All things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose. Thanks for watching. If you like this show, hit that free subscribe button and share this video. We are on Facebook and Instagram. Also, check out our full-length podcast on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. The links are provided in the description below. Thank you.